Hey y'all, this is Justin Carpenter with Wandering Toward Truth. Um, just wanted to check in and share some interesting information I found. And just for your information, I'm reporting from Central Idaho at the moment. For any of y'all that follow me on Instagram, which I'll put my handle in the description in case you want to look in, know that I've been traveling around this whole year, which has been awesome. Idaho is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I found some interesting information today that I wanted to share from the CDC website. Um, so we'll just jump right into it. So I'll share this link in the description, but basically, this is the weekly data for COVID-19. And what I wanted to note is the comorbidity section that they just updated. So, and I haven't seen this reported anywhere in corporate media at all, which is very telling. But basically, and I'll just read it. So they added this line here, and they said for 6% of the deaths, COVID-19 was the only cause mentioned, means that for 94% of the deaths reported, there were other comorbidities and other factors. So heart disease, cancer. I've seen people have motorcycle accidents and fall and hit their head and all sorts of other things. But if they get a COVID-19 positive test, they disregard all those other things and write COVID as the cause of death and add it to the statistics. And it goes even further for deaths with conditions or causes in addition to COVID-19. On average, there were 2.6 additional conditions or causes per death. So not just like not just like one other thing. Like on average, there's 2.6 additional ones. So for some, there's a lot more reasons for that person dying. Which, again, doesn't really get talked about much in the media because they only want to drum up fear, so they use the sort of loose definitions of COVID-19 to say that they were the cause of death. So we'll just do a quick calculation. If you open this here, it shows that of August 22nd, there were 161,392 deaths, and I already did the calculation here. So that's only if that means that in this whole time period, um, from February to now, almost September, there have been only there have been less than 10,000 deaths associated with COVID-19 only as the only listed cause of death. Not the and yet they only report on the 161,000 count, even though those have many other comorbidities. And what they do is say somebody dies, they might not have even known they had COVID when they died. And if they died of cancer or something else and they test their body for these signs and it comes up with positive with COVID, then they just automatically write it as such, which is pretty deceptive because then it just adds to the statistics and adds to the count. And then they push that in the media and they push that fear. And then on top of that, we know that the tests, and this has been admitted by Dr. Burks and several others, that the tests are only about 50% accurate at best. And I've seen numbers that they're even less accurate than that. And they only test for wide the wide coronavirus category, which includes a whole host of other illnesses from the common cold. So even if someone has signs of the common cold in their system, the test is going to come back positive, which means they're just going to record it as COVID-19. So this is a sneaky way that they're able to inflate these statistics and keep this fear going. So, this is just another reminder. Like, I don't even really like reporting on this. I feel like I'm repeating myself. But here we are in August, almost September, and they're still drumming up this fear. They're still pushing it left and right to keep people afraid of their neighbors, afraid of their family. Always wearing a mask, like stay away from everybody. Which for something that it has killed people, like it's a real thing. But compared to the other risks that we associate with the other, we take risk every time we step foot out the door. Every time anything we do is a risk. And so it's important to arm yourself with a full realm of information so that we know exactly what risks we're taking and can make an educated decision off it, not just based on the fear and the dogma that's pushed by the mainstream media. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, let me know, or have any comments or whatever else. Yeah, yeah. Really, as soon this whole thing ends as soon as we want it to. As soon as we, as a people, say that enough is enough, because it's not about the virus, it's not about health. It's about control. It's about pushing people through fear to do whatever ends. And I could go into the agendas behind whatever they're pushing, but it's not even really that important when looking at it holistically. It's pushing fear to push to whatever ends, and that changes as soon as we say enough is enough. So yeah, just arm yourself with information. It's out there. There's plenty out there. I've listed many, but it's really easy to find. You won't find it on the TV. I guarantee you that. But there's plenty of information out there. But yeah, that's it. Love you guys, and take care.